Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing another pick a card reading and it's just going to be a general energy reading again. Okay, well, time to shuffle. I think some of my cards are mixed up, so apologies for any of that. This one seems like two. Okay, love the flame. Oh no, like I said, they're all messed up, but hopefully it shouldn't take too long to kind of put them together so that we get a fair amount on each one, or a fair chance of getting cards. But I do believe that it doesn't matter too much how many cards are in each deck, because if the card is truly right, it'll be there already. You know what I'm saying? Like it would have synchronized with the universe. I mean, the universe is synchronized no matter what, but oh, that's two. Alright. I think one more. No, two more. Alright. That can't be all of these. Oh well. Oh, I'm so stupid. They're right in front of me. Right. And now put them together. Okay, so we've got 4 piles this time. I might have shorter readings for this reason, just because there's not a lot of this camera can only film for an hour, and yes, I could put it onto my computer and start filming again, but it is a bit of a struggle, so we'll see. But I will not deprive you quality-wise of the reading. Okay, so before I start on the pick a card, I just want to mention something. I get a lot of beautiful comments and feedback on my readings, just on all kinds of places where I post my videos to share them and all that, Reddit and wherever else. But I really would like people to start commenting in the YouTube comments, because first of all, other people can see it and then go okay, this is a good reader, I should check them out. But second of all, then I can look back and read it, because I'm not going to go to some random Reddit thread and read all the stuff you guys have written. It's beautiful stuff. So yeah, I would love for you guys to start commenting in the comments. That would make me very happy. I mean, I'm not going to yell at you if you don't, but just a reminder. Okay, but yeah, I really love the feedback, guys. It's making me very happy and encouraging me, because I almost gave up on this. I mean, I wouldn't say gave up, but I was, on hiatus with it and feeling kind of this I'm not good enough and all that, and I put all my videos on private. But you guys' encouragement, all kinds of people everywhere, it's really been helping me, and I appreciate it so much. Okay, onto the picking of the cards. I should probably move them closer so you guys can see. The lighting's not the most great here. I mean, it's not awful, but oh well. So where should be group 1? Group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. Sounds about right. I was thinking of doing it like really random, like this is 1 and this is 3 and this is 4. But that would just be evil, because I would get confused too, and so would you guys. Okay, so if you've picked your group, skip to the timestamp. If you need more time, pause the video. Yeah. Okay, so again, this is just a general energy reading. I will touch on whatever I pick up. Whatever I pick up. It can be anything, and I'm not sure. I've really questioned whether I should be putting a bit of like a PG warning on here, like, you know, maybe not kid friendly. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like really unkid friendly, but sometimes I mention themes like sexuality and stuff. So just be like cautious of that. Okay, so what am I doing? I shouldn't be shuffling. Maybe I should. Maybe there's a first card I need. Alright, so group 1, your first card is Fatima, the mother of Imams. Love is my lineage and gratitude is my religion. So this card, very faithful, very tied in with, well, religion. I'm guessing it's Christianity, but no, it doesn't look like it's Christianity. Probably more, you know, it doesn't matter. Religion is religion, and this is a card representing religion. But it doesn't need to be that. I think this is saying you guys have a lot of faith, and this wheel behind her kind of reminds me of like the Wheel of Fortune, if you know tarot. And it's also got all these like symbols on it, and I'm not sure, like, I don't know what the symbols are, but just whenever I see symbolism that's very just abstract, I just think of knowledge, because there's so much knowledge behind symbols. Like, symbols have this beauty about them, and art in general, where you just look at the symbol and just all this knowledge starts flowing to your mind just from the symbol. So you guys are very knowledgeable people, and I feel like this is at like a time in your life where you need to kind of rely on that knowledge you have and use it skillfully. Bring that knowledge to action is what I'm getting. Abundance. Okay, so that's, I mean, I don't know what to say sometimes when I get cards with just words like abundance on it, because it's just exactly what it looks like and it feels exactly what it looks like. But I guess I just try to tap into what it might be more specifically alluding to. So as far as this card goes, abundance, I feel like some of you guys might be doubting your knowledge, especially because of this connection I made with knowledge in this card, and then this card relating to abundance. So like abundance means to have a lot, and I feel like you guys have a lot of knowledge, but you might be kind of doubting it, or like, you know, keeping it within yourself because of just the way this lady, she's kind of holding her hands close to her heart, like she's a little bit like within herself about it, when you guys need to like start taking action on it and really share it with the world and assert your position as someone who is knowledgeable, so people don't walk all over you anymore. Like, not to use your knowledge for egotistical reasons, but it's okay to, if you know you've got something to say, if you know you've got something to teach, it's okay to assert yourself as someone who is exactly that, someone with something to say and something to teach. We have body and mind. So again, I feel like this is just building on the message I was getting, like, you guys have a lot of knowledge and you need to put it into action. The union of hearts. There is a connection of love that defies explanation. This card is so beautiful. They're like entwined and they are basically trees. So, what am I getting from this? I'm picking up that you guys have a really unique ability for your knowledge to find your way into, like, find its way into other people's hearts. Like, you can not only like talk about knowledge, but the way you relay it to other people is so gentle and kind, so that like you kind of pass on that knowledge to other people, and the knowledge intertwines between the two of you. And that is amazing, because there are so many people who are knowledgeable in the world, but they can't like connect it with people or share it with people very well, because they don't have those kind of empathetic skills, whereas you guys do. And if this is like relating to love and you're seeking out a love message, I feel like this might be saying, trust the love that's there. If there's like, you know, if you're worrying about a love connection, trust the love that's there, and trust that you both are genuine, is what I'm getting. Okay, this is 4 of fire, and this card is also, it's about taking action. As you can see, this is like some kind of ninja dude, fire bird ninja. Very cool card, but he's also defending himself with his, it looks like a katana to me, but I'm not sure. And I think this is just again building on what I like read in the first place. You guys have a lot of knowledge, and you need to kind of bring it into action and assert your title as someone with a lot of knowledge. And perhaps this is about using your knowledge and your abundance to protect yourself, instead of just like, you know, letting it drift around in your mind. Actually, like, say you're in a situation where someone's trying to take advantage of you, but you're someone who knows a lot about the signs and signals that someone is trying to take advantage of you, but you're not listening to it, you're just letting it float around in your mind. Instead, what you need to start doing is assert that knowledge and become one with the knowledge, which is like kind of, again, the union of hearts. That's about like oneness. You need to become one with your own knowledge, and body and mind as well. That's about connecting the body and the mind. So connect your physical reality, your body, with what you know and feel and all that stuff going on in your mind, because you have a lot of abundance, and you need to start like embracing it and embodying it. Like, not that you don't already embody it, but it's just kind of like, it's just kind of unmanifested in your mind. You have so much power and abundance, but it's like you're not really putting it into place, because my guess is because you're afraid, or you're afraid you're wrong or something like that, which is okay. But yeah. Okay, so this card is look at your pattern in relationships. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. So this card, so it's about, you know, reflecting on and analyzing past relationships, not digging your head in the sand and trying to hurt yourself and beat yourself up over it. But the way she looks, even in the card, is like she's looking at these past relationships and these memories and feelings she cherishes with, like, you know, tenderness, but a certain detachment, where it's like she's not being emotional about it or necessarily reminiscing, but is that the word, reminiscing? But like she's looking at it with a pure vision, looking at what's happened. And I think this is saying that, like, I think part of the reason you've lost some self-trust in your own knowledge and your own abundance is because maybe it feels like in past relationships people have taken advantage of you and broken your trust, so it's like made it hard for you to believe in yourself naturally. And it's time for you to start believing in yourself again. Like, I'm really drawn to the sticks in this little symbolism area on the abundance card. I don't know if you can see, but sticks is like, you know, to make a fire, to start an action, because in like astrology and Wicca and whatever else, fire is about action and like making stuff happen. So you guys need to start up that fire again. It's like you have it all already within you. If you think of your body, I'm going to stand up, this is going to be weird, but if you think of your body as like all of the elements, you have to think of it in terms of chakras. Well, you don't have to, but I do. Your water is like here, around your womb, which is your sacral chakra, and your fire is here, solar plexus chakra. So you have all of this abundance going on in your water and earth elements. The earth is like the legs and your butt and all that stuff. And yeah, you have it, you like have attained it, but you aren't exactly asserting it or putting it into action yet. And it's something you really need to start doing for your own benefit, and so that other people get the message that they need to leave you alone. Because I feel like a lot of people, because you don't assert your power that much, or like you just haven't really started initiating it in that fire way. Like again, it's there, but maybe only people who are close to you get to witness it and things like that. Or maybe even you're the only person who knows about it. But because it's not out in the open, people are just kind of looking at you like, they're so naive, I can just walk all over them and tell them what to do, and you know, they need my help. They need my lessons and my teaching, when you're actually the one who's got all these wisdom and you're a very bright person. I mean, of course, don't let it like, you know, you're not always right, no one's always right. I think you guys already know that, but I just want to make that clear that you're not like, you know, perfect, no one is. But you are indeed very wise, and it's time to start trusting that. Okay, express your love through gifts. Giving a small token to someone expresses your love to them. Interesting. So gifts are a physical thing. I think this is just connecting more with a message like you need to start expressing your power, you know, in a physical way. Another thing I'm getting is that lately you've been very detached from your friends and family and loved ones. Like you've been very kind of, oh god, I'm just realizing how annoying that fan is. Is it better if it's quiet? Now it feels too quiet, I can hear everything. There's a plane. Alright, I'm sorry, I'm putting the fan on. I'm disturbed. Okay, I feel like you guys have been kind of detached from your loved ones lately, and feeling a bit detached from your own like feelings even, and your inner light, like maybe a little bit depressive, a little bit dull. And it's not because necessarily you're sad, but it's just because you've been so detached and kind of like in your mind, like just in your head, in your mind, and for having a hard time figuring out how to actually assert all of this stuff going on in your mind. Especially because by the looks of it, a lot of the knowledge that's in question is very esoteric and very spiritual and very, just go with the flow, like you're a go with the flow person, and it feels like you've been that way all your life, even before you necessarily knew about spiritual stuff. I mean, I always have been too, and it's kind of, over time you've like had a harder time expressing it because of how people have treated it. Like they've treated it like it makes you stupid to be like that, when no, you are genuinely very wise. And back to the sacral chakra, like the sacral, you can say it however you want really. They say the words in like Sanskrit and stuff. It doesn't matter too much how you say it in English, because it can't really be translated to English or the English accent, because Sanskrit is in theory much more high vibrational. That's what they say anyway. So yes, sacral chakra is orangey in color, and if you can see, a lot of the cards here are quite like, some would say red. So such an interesting concept, right? How we all see colors a little bit differently. Some would say red, but I'm seeing like orangey tones here, like a deep kind of rich orange. And orange is the sacral chakra. So the sacral chakra is like the inner child, it is intuition, it is like kind of like magic and sensuality. And it's the kind of intuition that is very like sensual, and because it's an intuition that comes about because you're so in tune with feelings and your surroundings and your body, rather than like a knowledge-based intuition. Though again it looks like you guys are very knowledgeable as well. Alright, and again, if this is related to love, I know a lot of people watch pick a cards related to love. It's not, as of now, like it's not really been my style to do love-related readings, but I just want to start mentioning stuff so that you guys can get your confirmation as well. But with express your love through gifts, I feel like it might be talking about like you are very expressive of your love through gifts, and you're very giving to your loved ones or like the person you love, and you need to make sure that they start respecting it. Like, I get the feeling that the person you love or one of your loved ones might be like taking of you like a child. Like, you give them something with like with such gentleness and great gracefulness, and then they receive it and they're like, ta, runs away. And you need to start like asserting yourself so that they treat you with respect, because that's not okay. Owl spirit, you see clearly now. What did I say about intuition? So owls are very intuitive people. I always say that about animals, but yes, owls are intuitive people, if you want to put it that way. Intuitive creatures, very beautiful. And with you see clearly now, I think this is saying that in the past, while again I feel like you've always been knowledgeable and had this natural go with the flow oriented wisdom and intuition about you, it feels like recently this time that you've spent so in your head and stuff like that has made you a much wiser and such a developed and reasonable and complex person in a way that you might not have been before. Because it also feels like you guys are very emotional people, especially with the sacral chakra and the orange alluding to the water element. And now it's almost like you're learning to be a little bit more like reasonable about your feelings. Like, not that it's bad to be unreasonable, but I feel like following your feelings too much and being a little bit too vulnerable has hurt you in your past, and now you're learning to be, you know, a little bit more like keeping yourself safe. So you see clearly now. You've spent so much time cultivating all of this knowledge and abundance, and now you need to start asserting it. I'm also getting like really strong ancient Egyptian vibes, so like that could be a past life of yours. That's something that comes up a lot. I'm not sure if it's because I might have one. I mean, I need to look into it more, not obviously, honestly, I need to look into it more, but I feel I probably do have an ancient Egyptian past life, and you guys might as well. You'll like kind of feel it if you do, and if you feel it and you're not sure if it's just like, you know, just a general feeling or you're actually feeling intuition, just hold that thought, like hold onto that feeling, keep it at the back of your mind and look for signs and all that kind of thing. Even meditate on it if you have the patience. I wish I had more patience. Okay, last card for you guys. Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery. So this is really about like kind of, like, I like this card. It's very wild but very regal and stuff, and it's kind of talking about how, well, yes, life is a mystery. You can't figure it out all at once, and I feel like this is kind of like saying, don't be scared. Don't be scared to assert yourself, and don't be scared to know that you're right and kind of be that person, to be who you are. Like, it feels like you're kind of afraid to be who you are because of that like self-trust dilemma that you've been going through. But with like Bobcat Spirit, life is a mystery, it's saying that don't be afraid, because life is a mystery. You can't control things. Like, you can't, even if you try to hold yourself back or suppress the flow or suppress the natural rhythms of life, it's still gonna, you know, the tune's still gonna keep playing, the moon will still keep changing and moving, and everything still is moving around you. You can, you know, you can be in like a hermit mode for the rest of your life if you want to really just live that way, but no matter what, your cycles and everything is still happening. You can't stop that. So what does it hurt to try and, you know, be yourself? You know, stuff will still happen to you. You can't run from it. And like, that sounds like really harsh, like, no, not harsh, but it sounds like I'm trying to say, like, you know, stop being scared, you absolute degenerates. No, but I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, all the cards, or like they are saying kind of, you know, don't be afraid to be yourself. Life is too short to not be yourself, and stop investigating this mystery called life. Like, be brave and embrace the mystery of the fact that, like, you don't know how people react when you just be yourself. They might react sourly and be awful. They might be overjoyed. You don't know. It's a mystery. I mean, to a degree there's intuition that can tell you, but really it's a mystery. And I think we all know that to some degree, and it's such a great, like, little message in our minds to remember to let go of control, because life is a mystery. And I think one other thing I want to touch on is that, like, it feels like you guys, you're like occult masters, like you know a lot about occult knowledge, or like it might not be occult, it might just be like, you know, school learning, just learning in general, but it feels much more like hidden knowledge or emotional kind of feminine intuition related knowledge. And you guys need to like trust it. You just need to trust what you have to bring to the world and put it out there and keep going. And yeah, that's what I'm getting for you guys. Actually a really nice reading. Like, a reading is never going to be perfect, that's because people aren't perfect, and like, yeah. I mean, no, what I'm trying to say is the reading was very good, but of course, why would I give you a reading if I didn't have some, like, you know, something to say that might be helpful, like, you know, noting that you might not be that confident and need to put yourself out there. Why would I be giving people readings if I wasn't going to say something helpful like that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, yes, it's nice to just get a general uplifting message, but I need to, like, elaborate on it, elaborate on why you need that, otherwise it's just going to seem unrelated to you and kind of random. Like, I know so many pick a card readings and readers, and they kind of just, like, say all this positive stuff, and it's just, like, it's, like, sure, this might be true, I might be beautiful and amazing and all that jazz, but where's the proof? No, no, not that, but, like, if you don't connect it to why I might be not feeling that way or something like that, it feels like it's not really related to you. And I want to make sure it feels related to you, otherwise you can't really benefit from it. It'll just feel like some, you know, entertainment gimmick, which I really do not ever want this to be. For me. I know other people have already made it that, but... Okay, so this is group 2. We have the Ace of Fire already here, so that's just like the Ace of Wands in like the classic tarot deck. And the Ace of Fire, as we know, Ace, or the number 1, is associated with like, oh god, I already love the colours in this little group. But yes, sorry. Ace is like new beginnings, starting new, first Ace. And then Fire is action, assertiveness. In essence, Fire is almost like an Ace energy as well. So, yeah, you guys need to, like, have this confidence to start something new, is what I'm getting. Oh my god, yes, because I hadn't read this card yet, but look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. Yes. Yes. And Rabbit Spirit, now is a lucky time. Okay, I'm getting the vibe that you guys really are, you have all these creative ideas. Sorry guys, my camera broke. I had such messy hair. I looked in the mirror. Why did no one tell me? No, I'm joking. Okay, so back to you guys. Where was I? Oh yes, okay, so the Ace, new beginnings, specifically new beginnings related to action. So you guys have like new ideas, like these new ideas and new concepts you want to put into play, and very creative ones as well with all the colors in these cards. Like, you might want to be starting a business, or you want to get back into art or something along those lines, and you're kind of doubting whether or not you can do it, or like having a bit of, you know, loss of faith or that kind of thing. And this is saying, like, this is reminding you that, like, look to your inner strength, you are stronger than you realize, and now is a lucky time. Like, yes, you have a lot of luck and strength, and this is Rabbit Spirit. Rabbits are very pure creatures, like, I mean, this isn't a white rabbit, but even so, like, rabbits being associated with white, and just that purity element to a rabbit that makes it very lucky and very, excitable, like associated with excitement and hopping to get to the task as they do. So that's like kind of the energy you are embodying, and you're not really realizing it because you're kind of doubting your inner strength. You're just like, can I do it? Can I not do it? Can I do it? Can I not do it? But you can do it. So this girl, Anan. Hang on, let me just figure out how to say this. Anandamayi Ma. Anandamayi Ma. That's a cool name. The joy permeated mother. I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes. Wow. Okay. So immediately I feel like this energy is very like esoteric kind of to me. Like she looks like very like someone who's very in tune with nature, very sensitive. She's even got nature behind her if you can see the background that closely. And I feel like that's exactly how you guys are. And with I know the self it never changes, I feel like that would fit with what I like was picking up about some of you needing or wanting to get back to art or get back into something you already have, you know, been interested in before. And yes, like you know the self that never changes. You know what you're good at. You know your strengths, and this strength is something that, you know, can help you. Like you are already well equipped with this ability. There's no reason to doubt yourself. I also feel like right now you're kind of you're in a really good energy space. Like you're feeling really good about yourself, and you're not really worrying too much about what people think, is what I'm getting. Like you're having your own inner struggle still, but you're learning to be a bit more resilient, because it feels like you guys are very like sensitive people. Like you might have, I'm getting a strong Swati energy. If you know, Swati in Vedic astrology is a nakshatra, I believe in the middle of Libra. No, it might be at the start of Libra. I'm not sure, but it's in Libra, and it is associated with wind and blowing with the wind. And as we know, if you know, Libra is related to the scales of balance and about peace, and Swati is specifically about being able to go with the flow and be peaceful and blow with the wind and be individual while still being kind and caring. And you know, you don't have to necessarily, it's about how you don't necessarily have to be like a, you know, trailblazer and completely wild to be individual. You can do that with kindness as well. Okay, we also have enchantment, which again is reminding me of Swati, because Swati is a very magical nakshatra. Like it's very whimsical and very, like, kind of reminds me of fairies all the time. Such whimsical people. Okay, enchantment. Again, I feel like this is just reinforcing you guys have what it takes. And again, with now is a lucky time and enchantment, you have like some kind of magic on your side. Like the universe and the people or the energies around you and nature and the way everything's syncing up right now, it is very favorable for you. Like you're, you know, kind of like the queen right now. I mean, that might not be applying to your physical reality, but like just energetically you're like this queen. You will get what you want if you go for it. Like you're going to be fulfilled. Oh my god, we literally have a purity card. What was I saying about rabbits being associated with purity? So again, very pure people. And I know I've said this, like I keep bringing this up, but this is again reminding me of Swati energy, like just very pure. But yeah, just don't worry about that if that's not your thing. Or look up your Vedic birth chart, and maybe there is a synchronicity there, for a few of you at least. Okay, so what else am I getting? So yes, if you're wanting to create something and you're feeling inspired about something, go for it. I'm also getting that you guys are people who like will travel a lot in your lives, or like to travel a lot, and it might not, like this doesn't mean to far away places or anything like that necessarily, but like I'm getting like the beach and things. You really enjoy being in nature and around the beach and those kind of areas, and you really benefit from it. And it feels like I'm getting such a whimsical, like, you know, rabbit pure energy from you, really. and it feels like the energy of the city and the busy city and all that kind of bogs you down, and you are at your best when you're in nature. And it's almost like this girl with her eyes closed, she's got her eyes closed in the purity card. This is like you in the city, like you kind of feel sleepy and you have your eyes closed and you have a certain purity about you that makes you not really want to tune into whatever's going on around you, or make you feel very irritated and out of touch because it's just like so not you. And then with enchantment, I mean, this is blue, the color of like the throat chakra, and I guess more green is associated with nature, but I also associate it with nature and stuff. But she's got her eyes open, and I think this is you when you're in nature, like when you get into nature and you get into like, especially the beach, especially the beach and like foresty areas, you just have this clarity that you don't really get to achieve when you're like, in the city. Like when you're in the city, you're feeling very lethargic and drained and tired, and I feel like there's something you guys need to address because it's really messing with your like inner energies, like your internal energies, like making you feel down about yourself and your life when you don't even understand why. And I think it has a lot to do with like being in the city. And I know it doesn't seem like a big influence, like I know for me, like I definitely relate to this. It's like, well, I mean, you don't really realize just all the noises, all of the polluted air, all of the sounds, all of the, people living close to you and just really feeling people's energy and feeling the like there's a lot of people working in the city as well and working jobs that they don't like, so there's a lot of like sadness and boredom and dull energy. And if you're a sensitive person like you, that really is something that affects you. And yeah, I feel like if you were planning on moving or something, this might be something for some of you. Definitely do, like especially if you're planning on moving to somewhere more like nature oriented, because that will help you a lot. But I think for most of you, like especially if you're not even in a position to move or you're too young or something, it's just kind of like remember and keep in mind that half the time you feel the way you do because you're not in the right environment to really flourish and bloom. It's not you, it's not your fault. It's like, I mean, the people around you can definitely play a role, but like it's not even their fault. It's kind of just like the environment is like kind of trashy. I mean, not that all cities are trashy, but you know what I mean. Just everything I mentioned, the pollution, everything. And you guys thrive in nature. Okay, that's what I am getting for you. I'm just trying to like think, is there anything else I should touch on? Just believe in yourself and like have like hope is really strong, because it's like you're stuck in this place right now where it's like, I mean, it might literally be that you're stuck in the city and that's bringing you down, but also like you might be stuck in a like place emotionally or whatever, and it's kind of like, this is like almost saying that, oh sorry, this isn't you. I said sorry to the table. I really am sorry. Tables have feelings too. Where was I? Yes, okay, it's like important to remember for you guys that a lot of the reasons you feel the way you do isn't even because of you, it's just because you're so pure and you pick up on energy so quickly. Like I'm getting a lot of blue energy with this and this being blue, and then white, she's wearing so much white, and the rabbit, again, not a white rabbit, but rabbits being associated with white. Yeah, a white, someone with a very white or very pure energy, like your aura might not necessarily be white, but just the symbolism of the person with white energy. It indicates someone who's like a canvas, so like, I literally made a whole like writing about how like, I am but a canvas, whatever people paint on me, I reflect. No, but like that's how you guys are as well. People, whatever people project onto you, you really embody it and it really affects you, yet you still maintain that purity. And you really need positive things to reflect. Like you really, really need to like be mindful of what energies you're like focusing on, is what I'm getting, because you're just so sensitive in a beautiful way. I'm such a foresty kind of person. Like foresty kind of person. Wow. Like a fairy. I'm getting strong vibes of like fairies and like a, you know what I'm talking about. Like people who, just all those archetypes of people who are one with the trees, one with nature, and one with, the trees, one with like just the natural world and understanding it and having an innate connection to it. And with you, I'm getting especially a connection to animals, and I just want to say you guys are so artistic, like so artistic, and I think that's, again, part of the new thing you're wanting to start, but having a hard time really initiating. And I just want you guys to know that like your artistry blooms out in nature, especially. Like I feel like when you go to like a river or a pond or something, your mind starts flowing with like artistry and all this kind of stuff that you might not be able to access as easily at home. Like I feel like I'm getting, you can still access it, but it just feels so much more slow and bogged down, and like you're not fully reaching your maximum potential. But when you're out in nature, you just kind of, flourish. So that's what I get for you guys. Yeah, oh, okay, that's a really random message. I just randomly got that, like, there's a loved one who has passed on, and they really are fond of you, and they are there for you. And, like, don't take this as a sad thing. I was just talking today, like, I don't know if I should say this or not, because I don't want to offend anyone. I see death as, like, it's not really, it's a big deal, as in, like, yes, it's like, you've had a whole life on earth and stuff, and people are gonna be sad and all that, but it's a beautiful, like, celebration at the same time of the life a person has had. And if you're spiritual especially, you understand that there is not just, like, death and that's that. Energy lingers. They go on to past lives. They go on to other lives, and, their soul is still with us. And with that message, kind of just, I'm just trying to say, take it as a positive thing, not just be like, no, I don't want to think about it. I'm not making fun of you, but like, don't take it as such a heavy reminder that this person has passed on. This is in fact like, this person is with you. This person is right there with you, and they are supporting you. Okay. That was you guys' reading. Such beautiful energy. Now, I'm a little confused about which one's which. I've messed up all the piles. No. Oh, okay, I've got it. So this is this. You guys are done. Now, group 3. Ooh, healing. Okay, so we've got some healers here. Very, I'm getting a lot of esoteric people in all of these groups today, so I guess that's a sign that a lot of my viewers are, like, into the same thing I'm into, which is definitely a good thing. I want to be attracting people, like I was saying to a friend, I want to attract people onto my channel who like this stuff. I don't just want a bunch of people following it just because they happen to know me or something like that. I want passion and authenticity and connection. But yes, healing. You guys are healers, or you may need healing. We will dive into it. But immediately off the bat, what I'm getting is someone who's a healer, but someone who has been kind of like beaten down by life a little bit. The heart of the matter. There is more going on than meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about. Okay, so I feel like you guys are always healing people, always out there trying to help people, all that kind of thing. And you kind of like don't really, I don't feel like you avoid your feelings. I mean, as a healer, if you have healing energy, you're going to be someone who really feels your feelings. Otherwise you wouldn't really be able to feel the empathy you feel in order to heal people. But I think it's more that you don't like focus on your feelings. Like, you feel them and you look at them and you really immerse yourself in them, but you don't actually focus on them properly. Squirrel spirit, believe in yourself. Okay, so I feel like with healing and this believe in yourself, you have really strong healing abilities and believe in that. But I'm also getting, with the heart of the matter, there is something you're kind of actually quite afraid to confront. Like, you feel your feelings about it, but you're a little bit afraid to like look at it, and something, I feel like it's something kind of traumatic that might have happened to you, and it's like, if you go there, you're afraid that it might, you know, crumble the way you define yourself, or, you know, change who you are, because it was so traumatic. Integrity. Integrity, so this is a woman being naked with the animals, and she's like, you know, she's not trying to be provocative or anything, she's just authentic, she's one with herself, she's not worrying about whether or not people are judging her, she's just like, is what she is. And we know what integrity means. Integrity is about like holding, being true to your word. And I think this is kind of like, okay, I feel like you haven't been like opening up about the way you feel about a lot of things inside, which feels uncharacteristic of you being like a healer. But then again, I feel like, okay, you guys are such empathic people, you're always going around trying to help people, but you don't really, you express your feelings, but it feels like you don't like fully talk about it. Like, whenever you do, you laugh it off, or you kind of, you don't give it as much importance as it really feels to you deep down. Like, you're the kind of person that's like, if you start mentioning your feelings to someone, like say you're with a really self-centered friend and you start bringing up your own feelings that are really deep and they've been like brimming up inside you for ages, and you just haven't talked about them to anyone yet, and you're talking about them, and then the friend is just like, oh, and then starts to interrupt you and talk about themselves again, and then you'll just go, okay, I'll take it. Because you're not like, you know, you're very, you just want to be of service to people, and that's really sweet, but you're important too. Herc Joan, the pontiff of possibilities. The possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. Okay, so let me just get what I get. First of all, there's a lot of like red and green energy. So green is the heart chakra, but green is love, green is peace, green is like nature. Red is the root chakra, red is power, red is like, it's related to safety and security on a very primal level. It's related to the earth. So very, just healing people. And I feel like you're a person who's like, you're very caring and kind and, charismatic, and you have such an artistry about you, but you're kind of no bullshit. Like, you don't really how do I explain this? Because it does feel like you're very sensitive as well. Like, it's not like you just like really cutting or anything, but you're no bullshit in the sense that you kind of, you really just see things in a way that's very how do I put it, kind of like you don't bullshit yourself. Like, you know what the world is, and you know what like you see, and you know what you feel, and you are very almost, I don't know, I want to use the word disciplined. I was going to say diplomatic, but it feels like you're both of those things. And it's like, you're a dreamer, yes, but you also are very honest about the reality you have to work with. Now, with this Herc Joan card, I feel like this is saying that you are not going to be limited by confronting whatever this thing is. Like, if you confront it, you're not going to, that thing isn't going to become the absolute seed and the absolute, like, whole concept of your identity. you're still going to be you no matter what. And that's because you have a load of integrity. I mean, like I said, this card is also about you not quite speaking up about your feelings, but you have a load of integrity. And I think, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like, when I was trying to say you're no bullshit, I think the word integrity is what I was looking for. And we have an owl here. Owls see clearly. Owls are very intuitive and representing that clear seeing. It feels like you guys are very radiant people, like very high vibrational, and it's like you don't really... You're very cool people in the sense of it's like, yeah, I know I'm high vibrational, I know I'm cool, and I'm not saying you always have the confidence, but you kind of like, you know, that's obvious, that's an obvious thing, you're not even going to bother trying to deny that, and that's very cool, but it just feels like there's something, or like I feel like it's many things, but it started from something. There's things like you feel deep down and you don't even know how to begin to start expressing it because you're just so... You're also very within yourself with the red, like you're very, you're just very like kind of almost introverted. I don't know if introverted is the word, but you deal with things on your own. Like you share with people with that like mega heart chakra energy, but essentially you deal with things on your own. I'm getting such a luminous energy from you, so you might have like in Vedic astrology a sun or moon nakshatra, Earth even. I was thinking sun, but I'm actually getting maybe more moon with the like the more introverted side and the need for security and the fact that, you know, you're just very within yourself kind of. Like you have such a rich inner world is what I'm trying to get at. This feels like my group. I'm trying to like, I always have a harder time decoding things when it feels like my group or something that I relate to very strongly. Okay, so with the acorn, sorry, it might seem, I just feel the need to apologize sometimes because I, like, sometimes the things I say it seems trivial, but I pick up on symbolism a lot, and, you know, an acorn, or a nut, or whatever, acorn, nut, I think that's an acorn, yeah, acorns are, like, tough, you know, you can't, it's hard to break an acorn, and I think that's how you guys are, you've been through a lot, and you're very tough people, and with the heart chakra energy as well, you're tough without having lost that softness about you, and it feels like, I don't want to say this in a mean way, but like it feels like lately you've been very disgruntled kind of, like you've still been yourself, your loving self, but I feel like especially because it feels like, oh, okay, I'm getting it. It's kind of like a bit of anger, I guess, a little bit of anger, and it's because it feels like nobody really understands you, like, nobody understands the experiences you've been through, and it's like, well, what do? I've explained, you know, you may have written about it, you've talked about it, yet no one understands me, no one seems to be understanding or connecting with me, so I guess I'm just alone, and that can be a really, like, hard feeling to deal with. I mean, I'm dealing with similar stuff because it's like, I mean, what else do you do? Do you just fade away into nothing? Do you just stop caring about life? Do you just, I mean, not that you should do any of those things, but that's kind of what runs through your mind when people completely don't understand your feelings and no one can understand what you went through. And it's just like, you are so kind and healing and helpful to people, and I feel like you still are, even with that anger. Like, you have a little bit of, like, less tolerance, a tiny bit of less tolerance towards people, but you are still so open and loving, and people just don't get it. And I feel like for you the most important thing to do is make sure that you get it, because if you don't get it, if you don't, like, have empathy for yourself, other people, there's a possibility that people will understand, but they're not really going to how do I explain it? Because I don't believe in that saying like, oh, you can't love, no one will love you if you don't love yourself. That's silly. Of course they will. It just might mean there are obstacles between that love. But it's the same with this. It's like, it's harder, it's not impossible, but it's much harder for others to understand you if you're not understanding yourself. And I feel like you are like capable of understanding yourself. You're not like without this understanding, but it's kind of like you're just kind of afraid to go there once again because you're afraid of how this experience has defined you, or like might define you. But yes, just be brave. And something I'm getting weirdly with Pope Joan is like, help, ask for help about this situation, ask for help about things, and you should ask help from ask for help from a deity, like someone, or deity, someone you look up to, like some spiritual figure, or it feels like a higher deity. Yes. It also feels like you guys are feeling very like tired lately, like you're kind of in a sleepy stage. A sleepy stage, what? But like you're in a stage of your life where you're a bit more like you're tired and you're sleeping, and I feel like that's partially because you're not sure what to make of your reality right now because you're feeling quite angry. You've tried everything, you're trying so hard to be patient, you're trying so hard to be patient with people and hope that one day they will understand and one day they will see, but it just feels so pointless because it's like, what if they don't? What if they don't? But I think this spread, the most important thing for you guys to remember is that you guys are tough, you guys are strong, you guys are healing, you guys are gentle, you guys are loving, you guys also need healing, and you have a lot of integrity, and the best thing you can do right now is maintain that integrity. And I feel like that's exactly what you're doing. I mean, you're not going astray from that. Make sure you are seeing yourself as the anchor, not other people, is what I'm getting as well. I mean, you don't strike me as the kind of people who are codependent necessarily, but it feels like you definitely see your relationship with other people as a bit of an anchor, especially because right now you're kind of in a place of like needing something from others, which is not natural for you guys. Like you're people who like you can be reasonable about your feelings, and if you feel like you need something from others, usually you just be like, no, I don't need something from them, I can deal with this on my own. But right now it's like it's harder because it's something very traumatic that people aren't understanding, and what you are feeling like you need from people is their understanding, and that is perfectly understandable because I mean that's a great need to have like other people's empathy, but it's making you feel a little bit more like you're waiting for other people to do something, like you're waiting for other people to make a move and start Sorry guys, my camera like stopped filming again. I don't really mind, but it's just a little bit frustrating because what happens is it's like, use too much memory, and then I have to put it onto my computer, which takes a while, and then I have to come back to the reading. But I don't find it too disruptive, it's just a little bit like, Okay, where was I with you guys? I was just watching the videos to check like where I was at with you guys, but I remember I was saying you guys are trying to make you're waiting for other people to make a move and start being kind to you. Whereas you need to start embodying that kindness and love that you need to give to yourself. And yeah, just believe in yourself. Really just believe in yourself, which is exactly what this card says. Believe in yourself. And stop worrying about whether or not you're wrong as well. Like, I feel like part of the reason you're afraid to confront your traumatic experience, or like just like it really feels specific for you guys, like there's a specific traumatic experience or something like that you don't really want to confront. And something I'm getting is part of the reason you're afraid to confront it is because you're like afraid that you are wrong, or that your thoughts about it are wrong, or that, like, you know, that kind of thing. But you are not wrong. You are not wrong at all. Yes, take the time to heal yourself just as you are always trying to heal other people. Okay, that was for you guys. I hope that like helped you and gave you clarity. Just face it, because you have so much strength and endurance, and like you're so, feels like you're very powerful people. Okay, on to the last group 4. Okay. Ooh, I like these cards already. We have Contemplation. This card's a very beautiful card. It's just, so it's a lady reading a book, and not just reading, she's writing in it. So yeah, contemplation. She's reading, she's writing, she's just kind of reflecting on whatever it is she's being presented with. So that's that. We have Parvati, the goddess of devotion. I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. Okay, weirdly I'm feeling like an education vibe, like you guys are very invested in education and like learning of some kind. Again, oh wow, truth transcends illusion. That literally just goes with what I said, because like, I mean, education is about getting to know the truth and learning, and when we are learning knowledge and stuff like that, and that kind of thing, we're engaging with our Mercury energies in astrology, which is connected to the throat chakra, and this dragonfly is blue, and the throat chakra's color is blue. Okay, miracles and blessings. We have more blue here, and this background is blue. This girl has some blue on her as well. This is miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. Okay. So far, like, very related to knowledge is what I'm getting. Let me just trying to tune into what this is about. Everything has its gift. Okay, well, I feel like you guys are really like investing yourself in knowledge lately, or you are needing to. You'll know which one. But I think this is saying that if you're the one, well, either way, either one is you, whichever one is you, I can't speak, you will get something out of it. Like, there's going to be a gift in devoting such time to this, like, gathering this knowledge. Wow, we also have the Queen of Earth. So the Queen of Earth is like very resilient, she is grounded, she is like an earth mother, very nurturing, very abundant. So she's also very committed. And we have Parvati, the goddess of devotion, similar energy. Truth transcends illusion. That's like committing to the truth. And we have the vibration of 4 going on here, because we have 22, 2 plus 2 is 4. Oh wow, I didn't even notice this, but we also have another one. 13, 1 plus 3 is 4. What's this? This is 7. Well, 7 doesn't equal 4. But, and the Queen of Earth is Earth. Obviously, the Earth element. And the Earth element to me is always an energy of 4, because 4 is like stability, 4 is like the Earth, and 4 is like, I said this in another video and I always say it, so like, pardon me if you've like heard this a million times now, but you know, 4 is stability because it takes 4 pillars to build a sustainable like house or structure. That's the way I see it. Okay, so you guys, this card here, like the 7 of Air, this is also about learning and education, and it's kind of about connecting like what you learn with your heart, and really like having that Geminian quality of seeing two sides of everything, because there's black and white and it's air energy once again. So I'm trying to figure out like if this is you like learning stuff in school that is pretty straight up, or learning stuff in uni, or like just learning. It feels like you guys are really you're on a bit of a mission to discover like meaning in life, whether it be in your life or just in life in general, and not in like a, you know, existential crisis kind of way, but in a way that's very passionate and like you want to know the truth. And I think this is saying that if you keep diverting towards this truth you're trying to find in whatever situation it is, you will get it. Like Parvati, the goddess of devotion, I am the love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. So like if you commit to this knowledge and the love that is in attaining knowledge, you will evolve, or you will get the knowledge. I feel the need to pull more cards for you guys. I'm not sure if it's because I am a little thrown off. I can say TH, I promise. I always am just lazy and don't. I'm just like thrown off. Wow. Okay, as I was saying, I was a little I did it again. Thrown off by how my camera ran out of memory. So, I'm having a bit of a harder time focusing, but let's see. Queen of Air, wow, okay. I cannot make this up. So, the Queen of Air is also about knowledge, like literally about knowledge. The air element is about communication, thoughts, and just like the mind and knowledge. So, there's something connected to you guys and knowledge and the mind. Let me see. It feels like that's just kind of what you're doing right now. Yes, okay, I'm envisioning someone like reading books, lots of books. It might not have to be like literal books, but like, you know, reading information online a lot. But something I'm getting is that you are kind of like, because you're so devoted to knowledge right now and being something of a student, you are not really focusing on like some more like earthly kind of things, like not earthly things, but like, for example, I'm getting a really strong image of some of you guys not eating the best foods lately, and it kind of affecting you a little bit, like making you cranky and making you a little bit like just not functioning at your best, when you could feel so much more free and so much better and honestly taking the knowledge better if you were eating the right foods. Because with the Queen of Earth, it's like there's a need for you guys to be grounded and yeah, connect with the earth more. So eat more vegetables, eat your veggies. I know I need to too. We have the sage, also about knowledge. I mean, like, a sage is someone kind of like a wizard a little bit. But not necessarily someone who does magic, but more someone who just has a lot of great knowledge and is renowned for his great knowledge. Like, you go to a sage for help with things, or for, you know, all those things. Let me just get another card from here. White Raven Spirit. We even have more blue. Blue, 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 blue. Trust in the magic. So this is also kind of about, well, in a sense it's about knowledge, because, hang on, let me just, okay, I was just trying to do some math here. Adding up 6 plus 6, 12. Okay, yes, once again, blue. Mercury, throat chakra, education, learning, taking stuff in. So you guys are learning a lot, and I feel like you guys need to be actually careful of like going into overdrive with the learning. Yes, okay, I feel like you're chugging a lot of stuff down your throat with a really intense and admirable desire to find the truth of things, but with trust in the magic, I feel like it's saying you need to kind of calm down and let things come to you a little bit. I mean, you know, or not, but like, I feel like you're sending yourself into overdrive, like a bit of burnout. Yeah, okay. We've got the Two of Cups. I feel like you guys might be kind of, not neglecting, but you're having a bit of a hard time with your relationships and stuff, and you're also not drinking enough water, because this is water. It's actually the Two of Water, not the Two of Cups, but Cups is water in the classic tarot deck. That's why I said that. Okay. This is a like message similar to what I got from another person, not from another person, from another, well, I guess another person, but another group. You guys have a lot of knowledge and you're learning a lot, and it's time to start embodying the knowledge and be wise and conscientious, you know? Like, start not just like taking up the knowledge and, you know, devouring the knowledge. You need to kind of start being conscientious as well. Not that you're not conscientious people, but again, it feels like you're descending into some bad habits because you're just so like focused on attaining knowledge and not attaining knowledge. That sounds kind of diabolical. Like I will attain the knowledge, not like that, but just kind of getting a grasp of the knowledge and like consuming the knowledge. And I feel like you're wanting to consume this knowledge out of a very, like, innocent place. Like, you're not trying to do anything deceitful or anything. You just genuinely want to learn. But you need to, like, look after yourself, and you need to look after your mental space as well. Like, your mental space is a very precious place. You can't just fill it up with junk, or you can't just, like, you know, overwork it. So be a little bit more mindful of your own energies. And we have an owl here in the Sage card. We have an owl here. 2 owls. This is like a bird, a raven, white raven. What else? Is this like a... I believe this is an ox. So owls. Owls are like, you know, seeing clearly. So you guys, again, that's symbolizing your pursuit for knowledge, pursuit of knowledge right now. But we also have the wolf here, and we also have this like cow, buffalo. Well, I think that's a cow or a bull. I'm really bad sometimes at this stuff. I'm better in like real life if I see an animal, but yeah, okay. I feel like the wolf is representing kind of the dangerous aspect of what you're doing to yourself right now. Like I feel like it's not a really urgent thing. Like you're not absolutely just wrecking yourself or anything, but you just are working yourself too hard and descending into like eating crappy foods and not spending enough time outside. I know that's hard because there's obviously quarantine, but even like going in your backyard or your front yard and being a weirdo and doing somersaults and stuff. I totally wasn't doing that. But like, yes, sorry, I feel bad because I'm a little bit more lost with you guys, but I trust that I'm getting the messages I need to get. Oh, okay, I am getting another message. You guys, I feel like you guys are very good at singing. That's very random, but you're very good at it. You have very beautiful voices, and you should pursue that talent. Yeah, I feel like you're feeling a little bit grey, a little bit like, you know, you're not absolutely just like in darkness or anything, but you're just like going about life and things don't feel so sunny, and you would really benefit from just looking after those little things or seemingly little things like your health and just eating better foods. It feels like specifically eat more vegetables. Because, like, I'm someone, like, you know, I always say this, especially because I've struggled with stuff like that before, but just, like, I mean, don't worry so much about what you eat. It is more important that you eat something, because there are people in this world who worry so much about what they eat, they end up barely eating anything, and it doesn't even matter at the end of the day. Like, you could put all these nutrients into your body, but, like, if you're not eating much or you're not eating enough, it's not, like, It doesn't matter. So yes, eat as like whatever you can, but try to make healthier meals and look after yourself. And I feel like you guys have a pattern throughout your life of treating your bodies like trash in a way. And I don't think it's out of ignorance or anything, and it doesn't feel like it's out of pure self-hatred, but I feel like it is about, like, you know, not holding yourself in a high regard as far as self-worth goes. Like, it's like you don't think you're worthy enough to go get up and cook a fancy meal for yourself, you know? So you just would rather get some crappy food, but you're not even sure if you even want. You just don't feel quite like you're worthy of anything better. Okay, let me get one more card from the spirit animal one. Oh, okay, porcupine spirit, time for beginner mind. Okay, I think this is talking about, so time for beginner mind kind of just means, wait, sorry, I'm calculating things again. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 again. We have 2 12s here. Okay, so that's 3 as well, so very talented you guys are. But time for beginner mind means kind of just to start thinking of things from a new perspective, or like let new knowledge come in. Don't like tie yourself to your past self. Sorry, I'm getting all restless. I don't know why. I feel like maybe you guys are very restless. But yet, don't tie yourself to past knowledge and things you've picked up. Really just start new. And I think it might also just be like cleaning out your mind. Don't trash your mind with all this knowledge and all this stuff. Not that knowledge is trashy, but you know, if you put too much, your mind is going to feel bogged down, and you know, in turn your body is going to start suffering, because you're going to start feeling like you don't deserve it, like you don't deserve the good food and the outdoor stuff. Just make sure you keep looking after yourself and keep trust in the magic is a really strong card here. So like, I feel like again you have a tendency to start descending into bad habits and trashing your body and stuff like that. And right now that's exactly what you're doing, especially because you seem to have your head in a lot of books and learning a lot of things and doing a lot of research is what I'm getting. Yes, a lot of research. And yeah. Also, another message I'm getting is that like, if you are doing a lot of research, trust that like the research you do will pay off. I think I already might have said that earlier actually. Yeah, but whatever research you do, it'll pay off. It's not going to just be fruitless, and it's not going to just be you like having wasted all this time on the couch reading books. It's going to be worth it. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Also, work on your crown chakra. It feels like you guys are getting a little bit tied up in material things, like petty material dramas. I don't think you guys are petty people, but again, it's like you're descending into these bad habits because you're just so, you know, immersed in this reading or whatever it is. If it's not reading, just like apply it to whatever you're really immersed in right now. It could be a person, it could be something, but it really feels like it's related to knowledge and education. Yes. I love this card. It's so cute and always makes me like kind of laugh. It's like this spiritual hippie porcupine just walking down the long and dusty road. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm sorry, I think you guys was the shortest, but I don't know. I don't really time these, and I just hope that I get my messages across for each group nonetheless. Okay. Thank you for watching this reading, and, you know, like it and all that. And I said this earlier, but I just want to repeat it again. If you liked it, I would love, love, love for you to leave a comment on the video so that I can look at it and other people can look at it, because I'm not going to look at wherever else you put it again. Like, you know, if it's like in a comment section of a post or something like that, I really want to hear people put it right here so that it can be documented, because your words mean so much to me, and they will to other people too who are just seeing my channel and like, is this girl like, you know, worth watching? And yeah, I don't want them to go unnoticed or anything like that. So yes, thank you for watching, and yeah, I hope this helped.